And oh hey, yeah. Hi, YouTube fans. I'm sorry I just got so carried away with that song by Eric Clapton called After Midnight. I just couldn't help myself. I just had to listen to it. Well, this YouTube video is not about Eric Clapton. And yes, it's about England, but it's not about touring London, Liverpool, and the coastal area of England. I think one of the places Manchester, and there's also Leeds, and there's also I think it's oh goodness, I can't even think of the name of it. But here's what it is about. Does this look familiar? This is the only Dunhill pipe that I have. I retrieved this pipe somewhere between August and November of 2019. And what I did, because it had been left dirty so long, first I reamed it out, and then I ran a drill bit through there because there was so much cake and tar and crud that I had to do that. And then what happened is when I was in the middle of doing that with a hand drill, I dropped the hand drill and I bent the pipe in half. I broke it in half. Right here. Right here. I had to have what's called the shank spliced. And I sent that to a place I've talked about many times before, which is Paul's Pipe Shop and Pipe Hospital. Yes, Mr. Spinolia, the owner, does very good pipe repairs. Very good. Now, there's some people more qualified than him, but what he can do a good job of it. He does it right, to a T. And then I got the pipe back, and I let it, I scrubbed it out some more. And then what I did was I let it sit for a few hours, and I lit it up approximately December 28th or 30th of 2018 or 2019. I think it was more like 2018, come to think of it. And I was selling some other pipes for a good friend of mine named Rick, because those were not his pipes, but they were pipes that he had gotten as an inheritance gift from somebody who'd passed away, who was a very highly skilled popcorn maker that could make some really good different flavors of popcorn balls and flavored popcorn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk, not only just smoke the pipe, I'm going to talk about Dunhill pipes. So, what I'm going to do before I actually light it, let me point these out. I am going to use these book of matches. These are wooden stick matches. These are not those cheapo types that you see that a handful of bars and liquor stores would give you. Yep. See? These are J.C. Newman stick matches. J.C. Newman Cigar Company. So, here we go. I'm going to light up the pipe. Oh goodness, that didn't work. I'm going to have to pause for a minute here. Okay, I turned down the fan a bit, so this will not happen, hopefully, again. Oops, my goodness. I bumped my knee on the legs of the activity table. Okay, let's try again. This has to do it. Good old Dunhills. What I just displayed was a printout from Wikipedia. And this printout, I didn't count how many pages. Oh, it's easily over 20 pages, it has to be. And, well, let me skim through some pages here and I'll come up with something. According to a well-respected author named Loring, Loring, he wrote a book about pipes, and God rest his soul, I think it was at least 8 years ago. I think it's John C. Loring was his name. John C. Loring ain't with us any longer. He passed away from a heart attack or some type of cancer. Oh goodness, I gotta relight the pipe again. It said, according to Loring, stated in the book, between 1907 and 1910, then in parentheses, before establishing the manufacturing facility, Alfred Dunhill, I believe, was the man who formed Dunhill Pipes. Alfred's pipes were not made by him. He bought fully manufactured pipes, most probably, in parentheses, again, made out of varnished Algerian briar in 4 shapes. And he said that these third-party made pipes initially carried in the Duke Street shop. Now, I've been aware for over 20 years of the Duke Street area. I believe it's in London. The exact street number of the Duke Street shop, I just don't remember it. I just don't remember it. Okay, there's a timeline thing in here somewhere. Well, here's one of them. That right there is called an umbrella pipe. Who that man is who's smoking it, I don't know who he is. I don't know. I would assume it might be a spokesman for Dunhill or someone who was highly well liked by the Dunhill Manufacturing Company. Okay, I had to pause for a while until I went through the pages of documents that I stapled together. And I finally got some things nailed down. Okay, in 1909, Dunhill began in-house pipe repair business. And it says from 1907 to 1910, it says Dunhill imported the bulk of his pipes from France. Unsatisfied with the quality of these, he also bought pipes from Sheraton. Sheraton is a company in England. Reported an exorbitant prices to ensure he had some of the very best pipes for England, for sale in England. Oh my goodness, I tangle-tongued that to death. Okay. In 1910, the first known Dunhill catalog produced, Alfred Dunhill enticed Joel Cecchini away from Sheraton and opened a small pipe workshop in his own 28 Duke Street. 28 Duke Street is accurate. Once I saw that, that's probably a fact. That's probably the truth. That's accurate. 2 rooms upstairs providing the humble beginning. The focus was to use the finest quality briar and expert craftsmen to make pipes that would provide a superior smoke and last a lifetime. The cost would affect the principles, which was against the current trend of inexpensive pipes of lesser quality. I think it's pronounced brewery finish is the most, or no, the first introduced. In 1912, Alfred Dunhill becomes Alfred Dunhill Limited. Herbert Edward Dunhill, and he was with us from 1884 until 1950. So let's see. He lived to be about 66 years old approximately. Joined his brother in the business, the White Spot. Trademark first appeared in pipes. The famous White Spot was introduced so customers would know which way to insert the handmade vulcanite mouthpiece. This is vulcanite. This is a stem and a mouthpiece. Means the same thing. On straight pipes. The spots face up. Pipe making moved to Mason's Yard, London. Now, where Mason's Yard, London is in London, or the London outskirts, I don't know. In 1913, Vernon Dunhill, and it says in parentheses, father of Richard Dunhill, joined the business. Need a little coffee here. Paul's Pipe Shop and Pipe Hospital. They're one of the best. That's where I got that mug, through Zazzle. (1914). First World War begins, World War I. Alfred Henry Dunhill leaves the business and joins the war effort. (1916). Shop address becomes 30 Duke Street, which makes perfect sense to me because that's another address that was consistent with a Dunhill shop or Dunhill location. Okay, let me reiterate or repeat part of it. 30 Duke Street, factory and offices purchased in Notting Hill Gate, London. The pipe making operations are transferred there. 1917. Shell briar pipe patented. I believe Shell was a model name or a shape name. Alfred Dunhill creates his sandblast pipe instead of a smooth finish. Yeah, because this is sandblast. This ain't smooth. I know most people know that, but if people are a little confused or don't know much about the difference between a smooth and a sandblast, I just wanted to make that clear. Okay. And first introduced the shell finish. Dunhill developed the oil curing process at this time, which many fields introduced significantly to Dunhill's excellent smoking qualities, which I believe it. That sounds accurate to me. 1918. Alfred Henry Dunhill won the Military Cross. This is in parentheses, MC at Free. I think it's Fergie Court. 1st September 1918 hyphen 31158, I don't know what that means, slash 1st February 1st, 1919. 7th BN Royal West Surrey Regiment, World War I. I'm sure that means he was quite a distinguished armed forces military officer or military distinguishment. Alfred Henry Dunhill, this is in 1919, rejoined the business. Factory and offices purchased at 20 Pancras, Pancras Road, London. Fire at Notting Hill Gate Pipe Factory. Dunhill and Sassini part after serious conflicts. Dunhill stopped buying bowls turned in France in favor of those turned in London at Notting Hill Gate Pipe Factory. 1920. Wholesale and export departments moved to Notting Hill Gate. 1921. Alfred Dunhill of London, Inc., formed in New York City. First registration of Alfred Dunhill's signature as a trademark. First royal warrant received as tobacconist of Edward, Prince of Wales, or Edward, Eduard, a 1-year pipe guarantee, the white spot guarantee, and in conjunction with that guarantee, a date code system to date the year a pipe was offered for sale. 1922. Goodness, that was 101 years ago now. Alfred Dunhill of London, Inc., formed in Toronto. I believe that's Toronto, Canada. First New York shop opened. The Parker Pipe Company Limited formed to become a subsidiary of Alfred Dunhill Limited. 1923. Alfred Dunhill Limited formed with an initial authorized share capital of £300,000. That's, I don't know what that'd be now, but that's probably over $20 million now. It has to be. Alfred and his brother Herbert served as directors. White Spot trademark registered. Shop opened at 27B Thurigmorton Street, Dunhill. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, but that's the best I can do. 1924. Mary Dunhill joined the company. Alfred Dunhill he had a special formal acronym, I guess, which is SAFAD. Formed. Shop opened at 15 Rue de la Paix, or Paix, P-A-I-X, which may be pronounced Paix, or Paix, Paix. I'm not French. So please forgive me for that, if that is an irritating mispronunciation of Paris, France. The pipe book by Alfred Dunhill published. Unique lighter introduced. That was when the Dunhill lighter was introduced. Had to pause to relight my pipe. Okay, 1926. Shop opened in Toronto. Mary Dunhill Limited formed, and it says in parentheses, shop opened in Bayswater. New cigar humidor room opened. Watch lighter introduced. Richard Dunhill born. I don't exactly remember which one Richard Dunhill was, whether he was Alfred Dunhill's son or Alfred Dunhill's grandson. So there's a lot I know about Dunhills, but there's a lot I don't know. Herbert E. Dunhill last attended a board meeting, but remained director until 1950. Alfred Dunhill launches the revolutionary unique lighter, the first to be operated using just one hand. Like that. (1930), the root finish introduced. DR, and then it says in quotations, or quote unquote, dead root. I'm using this for things that are a little hard to read. Okay. 1928, Alfred Dunhill retires. Alfred Henry Dunhill succeeds him as a chairman. First Dunhill clock introduced. Captive watch and belt watch introduced. I wonder what a belt watch is. Have to do research on that one. Alfred Dunhill begins distributing Namiki pins. It says Maki or Maki lacquer pins. 1930. The root finish is introduced. Wait a minute. I think I already read that one. Okay, 1931. French and Canadian Dunhill companies purchased root briar. Root briar finish was introduced. 1932. H.L. Savoy and Company Limited purchased. 1933, stationery introduced in USA. I don't know if that has to do with Dunhill stationery or what exactly it means. I'm confused. 1934, registered office moved from 137 Notting Hill Gate to 30 Duke Street, St. James? Okay. 1936. Large shareholding in Hardcastle Pipes Limited purchased after a 10-year relationship. The factory was in Walthamstow. I think it's Walthamstow. The famous facet timepiece or faucet timepiece based on Alfred Dunhill's car headlamp design is launched. Boy, that one really confuses me to no end. Royal warrant from George VI. Vernon Dunhill, Richard Dunhill, father, died. Dunhill bought Savoy's. Okay. 1941. Duke Street shop bombed? Okay. I don't know who the bomber was, but I have a strong hunch it was the Germans. Yep. It was extended and rebuilt in the 1950s and recently renovated? What do they mean by recent? Like somewhere between 2010 and 2023? Okay. 1943, Mary Dunhill appointed director. Well, I bet that was very historic. That would be the first woman that would hold a position such as such as that. 1944, Alfred Dunhill Limited purchased Mary Dunhill Limited, the business of Wise and Greenwood purchased. 1946. That's the same year that 3 presidents of the United States were born. Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Trump. But anyways, hey, politics is politics. Not going to talk about politics. Nope. 1948, Richard Dunhill joined the company. 1949. D period R's are graded with ascending letters A to J. 1950. Herbert E. Dunhill died. Mary Dunhill succeeded him as managing director. DRs became associated with root briar finish, were stamped DRR. 1951. Shop opened in Beverly Hills, California. I bet that was quite an event. It had to have been. 1952. The tan shell finish introduced. The number/letter shape code has been introduced. 1953. Duke Street shop was finally completed, rebuilt after being bombed in 1941. The Gentle Art of Smoking by Alfred H. Dunhill is published. (1955) Alfred H. Dunhill elected Master of the Worshipful Company of Tobacco, pipe makers and tobacco blenders. Well, I think I'll stop there. I have personally owned more than this one. The very, very first Dunhill pipe I bought was back in approximately late April, early May of 1996, when I was only 22 years old. I bought it at Jerry's Tobacco Shop. That was way back when, God rest his soul, Jerry Goodman was still alive and running the company. And then after a while I sold it. It was back in 1997 where I was desperate for cash. I had to do it. I sold it to Tobacco Leaf Collectibles. And in 1998, this was around May approximately, I went to Montrose to visit with my grandmother, who was suffering from cancer. And I traded pipes with a man who we've lost touch with, who lived out there, and and then uh, and then I owned that pipe until I sold it in 1999. After I had some work done to it. And then I went without a Dunhill for quite a while. And then in 2012, I bought an estate pipe that was in good condition. This one was I think it was either a tan shell or a root briar. And it was one that was made in the 70s. It was expensive. I paid over $200 for it. I bought it at Prince Philip's Tobacco Shop. And I held on to that until the late part of 2012. And I sold it on eBay because I needed the money. I was broke. And the other thing was, at the time I had two cats named Penguin and Milkshake. And I needed to have some money to buy them a big bag of cat food to keep them fed. And then I went from then until I got this pipe from Rick. And with this pipe, I have done more than just had this splice shanked, or the shank spliced. The next thing I did this in I think mid to late 2019. I had the stem replaced because it developed a hole in it. And then in late 2021, when I was living in Huntington, West Virginia, I had this nickel band placed on it because there was a crack in the mortise. And I love this pipe. If you look at the bowl got reamed out of round, not by me, but by the previous owner, because he was hard on pipes. And when he probably turned up the lighter all the way, and he just like, he like really lit it up pretty hard. And he just puffed away on that thing like he was a freight train, instead of being modest, like I try my best to be. And I love this pipe. And the nomenclature down here is it's roughed out so much you can't tell what it means. All I know is this is an authentic Dunhill. No two ways about it. Well, I have some other things that I'd like to do this evening, and I hope this was not too long. And I hope everybody has a good time smoking a pipe or doing whatever they like to do. And thank you for watching this video. Good evening, good day. See you next time.